The time was determined for the horses to depart. It was said that these horses shall then depart on the 60th day, when the sign made out of blood appears, and the planets of the sky transform into crimson red. When the horses started to fly, they spread forth their wings on the nation of the Chaldeans and strengthened. The horses flew, aiming towards the north. As the black horse flew first, the feet of the black horse was given power such that it can run swiftly. And there were horseshoes made of iron, and there were wings of the size of a palm of a hand in all the 4 feet which were fastened. The horse prepared itself, and lifted up its head, and neighed very loudly. As the black horse flew first, the goodness of the place where it flew was trampled. The tall buildings of that place crumpled. The business places of the merchants were ruined. The palaces and royal mansions of the wealthy became a heap of rubble. Ceremonial inns that had risen up to the skies were also destroyed. The dust, dirt, and smoke that rose up on account of the heaps formed by the burning of the buildings and crumbling of the castles and walls reached up to the skies. It damaged the eyes of those who witnessed it. The chaos and wailings of the nation was very great.
A sign made out of blood shall appear once again in the skies, and shall cause the planet to turn crimson. And when thou shalt see it again, these horses shall intensify their vigorousness, and shall swiftly encroach to other nations.
And there were given wings unto the fiery horse, so that it can fly swiftly. The description of the wings are: there were 2 wings near the origin of its 4 feet, such that it can fly forward, and 2 wings near the origin of its hind legs, such that it can fly backwards. On the top portion of the horse there were 2 wings horizontally on the right, so that it can fly towards right, and 2 wings on the left, so that it can fly towards left. Altogether there were 8 wings. When it thus flew, it was easy for the horse to fly in any direction without having to turn its body in another direction. The horse prepared itself, lifted up its head, and neighed. The sound of its neighing was not like that of horses, but it was like the roaring of several lions. When it thus neighed, fire and smoke mixed with brimstone came forth out of its nostrils. Smoke engulfed and reached up to the skies. The crimson horse that had kept ready for the war prepared itself to run. Behold, teeth made out of iron were given unto it. The teeth were large, and appeared like swords drawn out of a burning furnace. The teeth were given near its neck. When it opened its neck, like the way a mouth is generally opened, its teeth appeared very gruesome and frightening. The mouth which was given to it near its neck was very large and stretched from right to its left side. As the horse prepared itself to depart, it lifted up its head and neighed. The noise of its neighing was not like that of a horse, rather it was like the long braying of wild donkeys, and like the stealthy wolves that hide and howl in the night. Its noise was such that it could create fear and terror in the heart. When it thus neighed, blood splashed from its mouth and nostrils. The grey-colour horse which I saw, having kept prepared for the war, appeared to make strides back and forth. Neatly arranged swords knit together were found to be hanging around its neck. Near the forelegs, long hens were given to it in left and right direction. It was kept ready to provoke in 4 feet from others. On the rear side of the horse there were swords all around the tail, having knit together, and were fastened to it. The swords which were on its neck were of different types. There were swirling swords, flying swords, swooping swords. Glittering swords were also seen. Piercing swords and slaying swords were also in it. Also, there were pruning swords and chopping swords. There were short and long swords in it. Each of the swords were glowing with brightness like lightning. The time was determined.